My name is Sane Yamazaki, 32, an ordinary housewife. Today, I'm going to tell you about an outrageous incident in which I got involved. It's been 2 years since I got married to my husband, who is the same age as me. We live in a house in a normal residential area. We have a son in kindergarten and we were living happily. But one day, a new family moved next door. Same as us, they are a family of 3 with a child in kindergarten.
Hello, we moved in today. I'm Mariko. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. They're the Shinozakis. The wife is named Mariko and the husband is named Makoto. They were affable and I got to know them right away. Makoto and my husband hit it off right away. Moreover, they decided to enroll their child in kindergarten where our son goes to, so the children became friends. Because of that, our families got closer and we became close friends, but one day, Mariko asked me a strange question.
Hey, I've always wanted to ask you this, but the bag you use every day looks expensive.
She asked me about the bag I use daily. To be honest, it's an expensive bag costing about $6,000, but what she really wanted to ask was why an ordinary person like me has an expensive bag. I tried to get away with it with a forced smile, but she knew what I was doing. She was too persistent, so I told her the reason why. Actually, my husband's parents are wealthy. They own several real estate properties, and my husband will inherit everything in the future. There is even a condominium in my husband's name, and rental income is substantial. We have the means to live in a better place, but my husband is a serious man and wants to live only on his income. That's why most of the rental income is saved for our children. As for this bag, it was a present for my husband on our wedding anniversary. I explained it to Mariko. It's not like I was hiding the truth, but I didn't think it was something to boast about. I didn't realize at the time, but what I said I would, later on, cause an outrageous incident.
My name is Ichiro Yamazaki, 32, an ordinary government worker. My parents are wealthy, but I try not to rely on them financially. But my wife told me that she told our neighbor. She said that Mariko was too persistent. At that time, I thought that it was not like we were hiding the truth, so I didn't think much about it. But when I went out for a drink with Makoto, he asked me about my extra income too. According to him, he wants to get into the real estate business, so he wanted to know more. We were drinking alcohol, so I slipped my tongue and told him a specific amount. The next day, I received a message from Mariko.
Hello, I'm sorry to bother you. Do you have time right now?
Yes, I don't mind. Did something happen?
I have a favor to ask you. Do you have time tonight?
Tonight? I don't have any plans after work, but...
In that case, can we meet? If possible, just the 2 of us.
The 2 of us? You and I?
Yes, don't you want to?
It's not that I don't want to, but why?
Actually, I want to ask for advice about my husband.
About Mariko?
It's quite serious. It's hard to say, but I think he might be having an affair.
Really?
I'm not sure yet, nor do I have proof, but...
My deepest sympathy. But if that's the case, I think that my wife, Sanae, would be better to talk to instead of me. How about I bring my wife with me, and the 3 of us can talk about that?
I think that would be better too, but it's impossible.
Why?
Actually, I just think it might be, but Sanae might be involved as well. Anyway, I can't tell you any more than this, so if possible, I want to continue this in person.
Understood. I will contact you at work. So Mariko and I went out for a drink. When I asked for more details over drinks, she said her husband, Makoto, has a habit of approaching women he likes and making them his. And she also mentioned that the way Makoto looks at my wife is suspicious. She also said that there's a possibility that he might have already approached her. Hearing that, I lost interest in listening. I wanted to go home immediately and ask my wife about it. But before I knew it...
What a worthless husband. He should learn from you, Ichiro.
Mariko got drunk and was speaking nonsense. I couldn't leave her alone, so I escorted her to their house. However...
My husband told me about Mariko asking for advice from him. I can't believe that Mariko is that kind of person, but I was clueless about that. I have his contact number, but he hasn't approached me at all. I thought that Mariko just misread the situation.
Anyway, please be cautious.
Okay. It might seem like the story is over, but after my husband left for work, the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, Mariko and a man were standing. Mariko looked very angry and the business handed me his business card.
My name is Okabe. I'm a lawyer. Could you please give us a few minutes of your time?
So I let them in and listened to what they had to say, but what do you mean? Please explain it to me properly.
You heard the explanation earlier.
Yes, from the lawyer. But you're the one who sued, so I want to hear the explanation from you.
He mentioned earlier, but I was attacked by your husband. He raped me, so to speak.
My husband? I don't believe you.
Your husband was quite drunk, so I think that's why he... Also, the lawyer showed you the picture, right?
Yes, but why was that picture conveniently taken? That picture of you and my husband going inside your house.
There's a security camera in front of our house. It's a picture taken from the video recorded.
I see.
Honestly, I think I'm partly to blame, because I told him about the trouble between my husband and me. So he might have misunderstood and thought that I was inviting him to do so. But I clearly said stop it, but he continued.
I don't want to hear about this anymore.
I know I should tell the police about this, but since we're friends, I thought it'd be better to just settle this with alimony. It's your choice to refuse this offer, but if you do, I'll tell the police about this. Please talk to your husband about this and come to a decision. Alimony is only $60,000, so that's not too much for you, isn't it?
Last night, my husband told me about talking to Mariko, but he never mentioned taking drunk Mariko to her house. However, the lawyer showed me a picture of Mariko and my husband going inside the house. Then, Mariko was demanding alimony for what my husband has done to her. After Mariko and the lawyer left, I was confused and contacted my husband. What is the meaning of this? Don't tell me you did it!
Of course not!
Then why didn't you mention that you went inside her house? I asked, to which he replied that when they went inside, Mariko suddenly changed.
Hey, Ichiro, my body is throbbing with pain, so can we just for one night?
She seduced him. My husband declined and ran home, but it was unpleasant, so he didn't mention it to me. However, since I was already full of anger, I ran away from home. I decided to stay at my parents' house. I've talked to my brother about it and asked for advice, but...
I see. But the story's a little incoherent.
Incoherent?
Think about it. If, for example, Ichiro attacked her, I don't think he would have told you about going out for drinks with her. Besides, if he wanted to do that, he would have brought her to the hotel. Why would he go to a house where his wife is near?
He was probably very drunk.
Is he like that? I never saw him in a drunk state.
You're right.
The most suspicious is the lawyer. I don't know if he wants to make this into a civil case or criminal proceedings. Seems to me they're threatening you. Is he really a lawyer? How about his badge?
I didn't look at his badge, but I received his business card and he also handed me the document, so...
Do you have his business card with you?
Yes.
Take a picture and send it to me. I see. His business card's not suspicious, but the lawyer himself is.
Really?
Yes. I know because I myself am a lawyer. It's very strange that he would threaten. Send me the documents as well. I'll look into them.
Thank you. I finally calmed down thanks to my brother. He has a point. By the way, as you can tell from our chat, my brother is a hard-working lawyer. When I showed him the documents I received from Mr. Okabe, he saw what was wrong. That's when I realized that we were fooled. Just when I thought that I should apologize to my husband, I received a message from him.
Hey, are you still mad? I told you several times already, but I really am not guilty. Please believe me.
I'm sorry, I overreacted. I know you would never do such a thing, even if you were drunk. I discussed the situation with my brother and I finally calmed down.
I'm glad that you understand, but I still don't get it. Why would they do such a thing?
My brother looked it up, but that lawyer was a fake.
What?
He's a fake lawyer who's not qualified to be a lawyer.
You're kidding me, right?
I think we've been fooled. We almost got swindled out of $60,000.
Understood. If that's the case, there's a possibility that they've done this to others before. I'll see what I can find out.
Okay, I'll call you when I'm ready. Let's definitely show them what we're made of.
Yes. Don't worry. I won't let them get away with this.
I can't believe they targeted you. This is beyond stupid.
Well, we haven't really told them everything.
Right, they thought that you're just an ordinary government worker. They got unlucky. Several days later, my husband and I invited Mariko, Makoto, and the lawyer.
I want to forget about what happened. That's why we show your sincerity. I won't say anything anymore.
Mariko showed a demure attitude.
I never thought you would do such a thing! I thought you were my friend! How dare you betray me!
While Makoto was furious, then the last said,
My client is prepared to take legal action. They stated that if you properly pay alimony, they won't take any legal action.
Then my brother, who has been standing off to the side, appeared.
I am her brother, and I am an REAL lawyer.
He sarcastically revealed his identity. All three of them were confused and in panic all of a sudden. Of course they are. However, my brother continued.
You're Mr. Okabe, right? With all due respect, may I ask for your bar number?
A bar number is a licensed lawyer's license number, like a driver's license number, to prove the holder's identity. According to my brother, all lawyers have a bar number. Mr. Okabe mumbled.
I don't remember such a thing. First of all, I'm not obliged to tell you.
However, my brother didn't back down and continued.
Your name didn't show up no matter how many times I searched. This is impossible.
He said and showed them his phone. Actually, there's a website for lawyers with a list of all the lawyers' names. Since his name didn't show up, it means...
Let me tell you this. It's against the law for a non-lawyer to call himself a lawyer.
All three of them went silent, but that was not the end. Shortly after that, my husband arrived with the cops and arrested the three of them. The charges aren't just about claiming to be an attorney. They swindled other people out of their money using similar tactics, a threat and fraud group. I can't believe they can do such a thing shamelessly when they have a kid. My husband is a cop. He only told them that he was a government worker, so I'm sure they weren't aware of that. As a habit, my husband looked into the specifics. He contacted a detective assigned to their case and they came together. The three were caught this way. A man named Okabe was the head of the group, and were out to jail. The son was taken in by his grandparents and the case was settled.